Welcome to the Soul Energy Podcast with your guide, Sara Wong. In each episode, we'll be discussing the energy that affects us in all aspects of our lives, emotionally, physically, mentally, and spiritually, from the voice of the collective soul. We'll also explore the science of energy, the spiritual side of energy, and the healing power of energy. This is the place to get the tools and knowledge to help you create a life that thrives on energy. I'm so excited to have you here. Let's get started. In this episode, we are going to explore the energy of trust. Oftentimes in our life, we reach a situation where we have to lean on trust. Trust a certain outcome can happen within a certain time frame. Trust you've done enough, and all you need to do is allow divine timing to take its place and create whatever energy you need to move forward. Trust is the leap of faith. Trust is putting it to God, putting it to the universe, putting it to whatever source is most resonating to you. Trust is an energy that expands our heart and allows us to go to the highest point of our consciousness and pull in that energy of faith, of love, and of true trust. Trust is the strongest energy vibration. If you had to put it next to a plant, it would be a red rose. Trust holds such a high frequency that when we lack trust within our energy fields, it closes down our heart chakra. It closes down our faith. It closes down our love. And most important, it closes down our channel of receiving. And in that energy, we create lessons, we create opportunities to reopen the trust. However, sometimes with that block in trust, because we're not really leaning on the energy of trust, we're giving more energy to fears, doubts, current results, stagnant energy, the past events, loops, cycles, patterns, other people's opinions, other people's thoughts. And in that, the trust starts to diminish. So if you think about energy, we are trillions and trillions of cells, every one of us, trillions and trillions of cells of energy. Every single cell of energy holds a vibrational frequency. Those vibrational frequencies are going to navigate to the areas in our body that are most resonant to that frequency. So, in our energetic system, those trillions of cells are buzzing away, all different frequencies vibrating together, creating what is our human experience. So, if trust is one of the highest frequencies that we can really leverage, what it does is it supports all the lower frequencies to neutralize. And in that, we can start to process how we truly feel. You might have emotions come up when you have to lean on trust. You'll see a lot of people, if you ever visit a chapel or a church or any type of religious institution or park or place of worship, those areas carry such a big energy of trust because there's a high resonance, a high frequency of miracles, of blessings, of energy that has come through those chapels, through those channels to support us energetically. So you'll see people in those areas cry, feel, and because they're really leaning on trust, they're really leaning on their faith. And so when we are asked to trust that wherever we're headed in the future is exactly where we need to go, and trust that as long as you've done everything you can in your power, that the energy you need will come to you in divine order. Trust is one of the hardest energies we will ever experience in this reality. And it's because it relies on faith. It relies on true energy that most of the time is outside of us. And we can't control what's outside of us. We know we can really only control what's inside of us, which is why trust is very hard. However, think about it this way. If you have trust inside, you will then have trust outside, opens up your receiving channels. You'll start to build that trust. So, when we work with trust, it does connect to your heart energy, which is also connected to the energetic vibration of faith, receiving, and love. So these energies are all anchored in that frequency of trust as well. So when you tap into trust, you are tapping into those energies, which are extremely powerful. So it will require you to really take time and build a relationship with trust. You might have to create your own place of worship so you can truly understand that when you need to, you can go there and really step into your power and really step into what energy you need to move forward. So feel the feelings, allow yourself to connect deeply to trust, release what you need to, really tap into that energy of what you truly feel so you can support yourself in releasing some of those heavy energies that might be blocking you from fully trusting your journey, trusting where you're at, trusting things can get better, trusting your body, trusting others, trusting whatever you need to trust in your journey. Now, oftentimes, especially when we're faced with something health related, trust is hard because we have to really lean on our bodies, which sometimes you might realize you don't have control over other than what you feed it. And I learned this by giving birth to my daughter and going through the process of being pregnant. I had to 100% rely on my body, her body, to know that what it's doing and trust that it's going to do what it needs to do, and trust that I can carry her to full term, trust that I can create a healthy baby. And I continuously had to trust every single day. And I don't know what happens, but when you get pregnant, it's like this overwhelming fear takes over of what could go wrong, all the things that could go wrong. And it's very hard to, at times, very hard to stay positive because there's so much energy, so much attachment to this experience, to, becoming the mother, to bringing the child to full term, that any idea of losing it is absolutely heartbreaking and scary. And it's common, and it's so common that I think that's why that energy is so alive for a lot of women who are pregnant. So if you're experiencing something like pregnancy or a health condition where you might not know what's wrong with you. You're having all these symptoms that just don't feel right. You feel off. You are having pain. You're, trying all kinds of things, but, you're not really finding the results. Trusting that in time you will, trusting that every day you're going to learn something new that's going to support you to get you new results. Trusting that that's enough. Trust isn't just saying, okay, I'm just going to leave it to God, although there's times where you might need to leave it to God, the universe, whatever that is for you. But there's other times where you really need to stay conscious and aware to trusting yourself and asking yourself some tough questions. Is this still serving me? What do I need? Do I need support? Is this, you know, still in the realm of allowing me to move forward? Sometimes we're stuck in old habits, old belief systems that it's going to block that trust. And the way trust is blocked is when you're having reoccurring fears, thoughts, anxiety, depression. There's just energy of lack of faith, lack of love, lack of receiving, right? And so you're seeing these energy blocks that you feel are just not allowing you to move forward. So that's a block in trust. And what you really need to do is give yourself time to think about, what am I not trusting? What am I not allowing myself to explore in new ways? What am I not giving myself permission to do that will allow me to experience something different? So trust is not just, I'm gonna let it go and trust it's all gonna work out. Trust is really checking in daily and leading with that. Yes, it's going to work out because I ensure that I always create a life that works in my favor, and the universe is always working with me to give me whatever I need to live a successful life, whatever that might be for you, whatever belief system you need to really adopt and allow yourself to move forward. So some people think trust is easy, and trust is not. It's actually a strong, strong energy field, one of the highest frequencies, which means it's hard for us to just hold on to. High frequencies are intense. It's a strong energy. And lower frequencies are easy. They're fluid. They're messy. They're all over the place. These high frequencies require a lot of awareness. So we're going to dance with trust. Trust isn't just always going to be there. At times it will absolutely be there for you because you're vibing, you're in it, you're in the flow, you're in the moment. You could trust because you're ready to take those leaps of faith because you have confidence and things are working. But when things aren't working out for you and you have to trust and you've been trusting, it's been years, 6 months, or however long it's been, and you still haven't seen results, it's hard. You lose faith easily. We've all been there. I've been there several times. And you have to really just work with it. You have to fine tune. It's like working out. It's dancing with the energy of saying, okay, anxiety. I have anxiety. What am I not trusting? I have depression. What am I comparing to the past? What am I not trusting that I need to move forward and that I can get the same results I've had in the past? Whatever it might be for you. So where in your life do you not trust? Think about your health. Think about your relationships. Think about all the energy around you. There's areas that could lack trust, they could lack faith, they could lack receiving, they could lack love. And there's something you're not trusting, that you're not trusting you're not good enough to receive love, trusting you're not good enough to speak your truth. Right? There's so many energies and so many energies of trust and how that might really affect our lives daily. Trusting that if you really were rigid about your health and routine, trusting that that would be enough and you'd immediately feel different. I challenged myself the other day. I decided, usually I'd wake up and have a glass of water and then a cup of coffee on an empty stomach, and for years. And recently turned 40, and I realized that that didn't serve me anymore. And I kept suffering through it, like, my stomach hurts. I'm not hungry. My stomach hurts. It's upset. And so finally I switched it up. So now I get up, drink water, and I drink a glass of green juice full of vitamins and minerals and everything I need for my body to replenish. And I feel so good. And it's only been a few days. And what I realized with that is I wasn't trusting that that would be enough. I thought, like, just, sometimes like those green mixes make me like my stomach hurt even more. And I just like didn't want that. But then I wasn't even giving it a shot. And so I decided to try it and I actually feel better. And so I wasn't trusting myself, and I had to really, really just try it and go for it and make it happen and make it a new ritual, make it a new routine. And I'm so glad I did. Sometimes I still have coffee if I feel like it, but even then it's like very minimal, and my stomach issues that I was feeling have gone away, and some other things that were causing discomfort. So I'm really grateful for that. And now I'm leaning more into trusting that trying new things is a good thing. Trying new things is beneficial, and trusting that I'm worthy of that, and trusting that it's time for me to take a new approach to how I nourish my body, because that's what it's requiring of me, especially as a mom, especially as an older woman. And I'm not saying I'm old by any means, because I feel young and amazing, but my body definitely is changing. And I acknowledge that when you turn 40, there's a lot of different things your body needs to support itself that maybe it didn't need as much when I was younger. And that's okay, because I'm conscious enough to say, I want to nourish you. I want to take care of you, and I want to treat you better. And you deserve that. And I'm treating my body almost like my baby, because it is. It's a part of me that I think I've, not only neglected for so long, but I minimize the importance of nourishing it in the ways that it needs to be. And I had to trust myself that I'm capable of doing and nourishing my body to full vitality. And I can do it in a way that works for me, and trusting that it would work, and trusting that the way I'm intuitively eating and being called to nourish it is enough. I don't need to do anything more or less. So think about areas in your life that you're ready to step into trust. And with that, have an amazing experience exploring the energy of trust. Allow yourself to really take time to reflect and journal and decide how you want to move forward as you work through the energy of trust. Until next time. And that is this week's episode. What an honor to spend this time with you. Make sure you journal, reflect, and spend some time on this energy to see how certain topics that were covered apply to your reality and how you can move forward when that energy shows up next time. And for more services, products, content to support you on your spiritual journey, make sure to visit energyhauslb.com. That's energyhauslb.com. Also, make sure to follow us on social media, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. It is all so appreciated. Stay in touch. Until next time.